Tenet got delayed to the end of July.
Can we talk about why the fuck he is so adamant on that being in theaters?
Because he wants to be the one that brings people back to the movies.
He wants to have the weight on his conscience of probably killing several people.
Well, it's not his conscience. I mean, that's a very,
Why wouldn't it be? He's so adamant about being in theaters and pushing it to get into the theaters because he wants people in theaters to watch his movie during a time where people being in theaters is a terrible life choice. Why? Who else's conscience is it on other than the person that signs off on it and fucking...
Well, I mean, you could say that literally about any business or anything like that. I think that's a very sadistic and a very...
Well, it's applicable.
Well, that's a very extreme point
because
of view.
Who else in movies are trying to do it?
So, Adam,
he's the only one.
Saying, so what? No, he's not the only one.
Who else is trying to push movies to theaters?
There's many movies coming out. Gerard Butler's got a movie coming out. Wonder Woman's going to be coming out. There's all kinds of movies coming out.
They push their shit deep into the fall.
It's no different. It's no different than any restaurants that are opening up, any malls that are opening up, stores that are opening up. The theater chain is going to have people socially distant. They're only going to be having a max of 25% of occupancy capacity within their movie theaters. Everybody is going to be given an opportunity to sanitize their seats, and everything are going to be sanitized. They're doing all the proper protocols. So to put the weight and say, hey, how does it feel to be somebody that's going to kill people is a little fucking extreme, because you could go around and say that to anybody during any business or anything like that. It's no different than really anything that's open right now. So putting that on an owner or somebody that goes, hey, we're going to open up, and saying, oh, by the way, when somebody gets COVID and dies, it's your fault, you moron. That's a little extreme. That's very extreme. That's my point of view.
I guess.
Well, it's just truth. I mean, it's just very truthful. I mean, it's, it's
like if there was if only there was some other avenue in which to distribute digital media during a time where this is a poor choice.
Nobody has a gun to anybody's head saying, go to the fucking movie theater, sit in a movie theater for 2 hours and go and potentially get COVID.
No.
People have a choice. If they want to go to the theater,
people are largely idiots. You give them an inch, they take a mile. That's the whole point.
But it's not Christopher Nolan who makes these decisions, or the studio that makes the decision. It's the movie theaters, and not even the movie theaters. It's the states, the provinces, the countries that allow these theaters to open. So if they're allowing them to do business and keep the economy going and get life back to normal, and they're doing their protocols and they're following the guidelines
who ultimately makes the decision as to whether or not it goes to theaters?
Well, obviously companies, the developer or the publishers say, hey, Disney, whoever goes, hey, put our movie in theater. They pick a date, they go into theaters. But ultimately, they're not the ones that go, hey, you're going to kill people, dude. If anything, it should be on the government's job to regulate and say, hey, this is when you can open, this is when you can't open.
That's just passing the buck because out of convenience.
Well, at the end of the day, dude, people got to get back to normal. And what I'm saying is, Christopher Nolan, they would like Tenet to be the movie that brings people together, that shoots up the movie industry again, and will be known for being the first movie. Not only that, they're going to be a movie. There's only going to be so many movies in the theaters. So sure, it's at 25%, but they're going to have a lot more auditoriums showing their movie because there's only going to be a handful of movies. They're bringing out Inception in like 2 weeks before, 10 days before Tenet comes out,
like
to
a
get
re-release?
people yeah, they're re-release. It's a 10-year anniversary. They're bringing Inception. Inception's going in theaters to get people sort of in the mood and get people back into the swing of things. And then Tenet is coming out at the end of July. So that's what's going down. And you know who will be watching Tenet? I will be watching Tenet.
Well, we're in a special place here because Nova Scotia hasn't had any new cases in 9 days, and there's like 3 or 4 active cases in the entire province at this point, your risk level, especially if they're following guidelines here, is almost zero. I mean, it is approaching zero. Going to a movie theater in almost 80% of America right now would be a bold, and I'm gonna be honest with you, fucking retarded choice. And that's where most of that money ain't gonna be made in Halifax, Nova fucking Scotia. The money's gonna be made in the US, largely. And that's where they're worried about getting their movies out. And the biggest places where they're gonna be making the most money just so happen to be the hottest fucking zones for this disease right now. So yeah, I think it's fucking stupid, personally. Here, we have a long leash because there's 4 people on a fucking island in the boonies of fucking Canada. And we got lucky enough that our provincial government wasn't completely stupid about how it operated and opened things back up. They still didn't knock it out of the park, but they did it well enough that we are where we are. But we ain't fucking York. We're not California. We're not fucking Texas. We're not any of these places that are literally swimming eyeballs deep where people think that we're on the downside of the first wave.
Here we go.
Where it's on the upper part of the first wave. And we haven't even hit the fall and winter yet, where these movies, where some of the movies you've mentioned are getting delayed until. Bro, if you think that fucking Wonder Woman's coming out in the fall, hell no! No, because the movie theaters ain't gonna be open in the fall. And if they are, it will be some of the dumbest fucking choices.
I'll bet you money. I'll bet you $1,000.
$1,000? Who do you think I am? Elon Musk?
500?
Motherfucker, I'm sitting over here broke as shit. I'm not buying new properties. The fuck is wrong with you? $500.
100?
Rich motherfucker. I'll bet you $100 that movie will not come out in theaters out of extremely, I will give you this, extraordinarily limited cases where they will release it in theaters where they are not clustered hot zones for COVID. Every other place that's a fucking hot zone will be shut down in the fall because the fall is going to get a lot worse than it is right now. You know why? Because in the States, they are doing, in most places, almost dick. Literally nothing to stop this shit. And the riots are not making it any fucking better. Not that they shouldn't be rioting. They should be. It's just an unfortunate fact that COVID doesn't give a fuck the purpose as to why you're out screaming into each other's mouths in hordes and hordes of people. The fall is going to be a gong show, bro. It's already a gong show right now. Here, we're super fucking lucky. We're crazy lucky here. They could open up nearly every theater in the fucking province right now. We could all sing Kumbaya and piss into each other's fucking mouths from across the room like we're reenacting R. Kelly scenes, and it wouldn't make a fucking difference. But down there, Jesus, you open up your window and you take a deep enough breath in some places, you run into some fucking problems. So I don't think in the fall it's suddenly going to be so good that Wonder Woman is going to be worth fucking putting into 4 theaters, but maybe they will anyway. But that's just crazy, bro. And yes, you can absolutely go and see it. I'm not worried about you at all because of where we are. But fucking in the States, Jesus have mercy. Even in Toronto, fuck. Hell no. You'd be crazy. People's asses should still be inside, but it's a summer and people are getting fucking like lax. And because they see places like ours where we're lucky enough to have very few cases and people are going to the beach and fucking just sitting around doing whatever the fuck they want, they go, fuck, I want that too. I'm bored. And they just go fucking do it. It's going to get worse. Like I said, you give people an inch, they take a mile. Or in this case, 10 or 20 miles. You give them anything. And if you give them no lead at all, and they're just fucking, or you don't even put a leash on them, motherfucker, they run wild because they're people and they're fucking stupid. Put them in a group, they're even dumber. So it's going to be an interesting time for movie theaters. I don't think the fall is going to be a hot time for any movie theater.
Like I said, I'll bet you a sushi dinner
in 2022. Right?
I'll bet you. No, what I'll do is, whenever you feel comfortable enough to leave your bubble.
Yes.
I guarantee you, theaters will be open in the fall, and Wonder Woman will come out in the fall.
If it is, it will be by the good graces of the idiocy of the governments and the people running the theaters, and for no other reason. Because they'd be insane to do it, and the people going to those theaters in those major cities, even more fucking insane. Motherfuckers need Jesus. All it's gonna take is one, like, it seems what it takes, I'm not saying this is you necessarily, but what it seems to take is for somebody in your circle to get COVID and get completely fucking ravaged by it to the point of death or being put into a coma, like a medically induced coma, to stop the dying fucking organs, to be pulled back from the grave and then go, okay, you know what? Maybe we should take this shit a little seriously, and going to the theater? Not really a fucking priority right now. But it's degrees of separation. You only have to get so far away before people just go, oh, that problem? That shit's over there. That ain't me, bro. I'm good. And then just go about your business. And that's what we're seeing all over the place. There's still a bunch of people that haven't had close friends and family getting fucked on by COVID-19. And as soon as it happens, oh my God, then they're going to change their tune. It's going to be like anti-vax mums whose children then get like some horrible fucking disease because they didn't vaccinate them. Then they go, oh shit, maybe I should not be on that Facebook group anymore. It's the same fucking idea.
There's a lot I want to say, but I won't do it because I don't want to get in an argument.
Oh,
I don't want to be on the
do it!
For a
Go!
while. No.
What do you got, bro?
No,
do you think
I'm not
COVID's
gonna.
like being low-key fucking over-exaggerated?
No, I have no comment. I have no comment. I have no comment.